It really brought smile on my face that during my time, I could do something for the country. This was very heartening to see that everybody was willing to help the industry.
But they had their own personal issues also. I'm sure they must have had health issues, family members, and yet they managed to do this.
PM wanted that industry should contribute. That is one thing to the PM Care Fund. So we requested all our members to contribute very voluntary contribution, and I'm very happy to say that we could mobilize 525 crore. So when Indian economy starts growing, automatically the economy sees a lot of upturn, and since stock market is barometer of economy, so automatically we saw very good period starting from there. So that way I'll say that we were lucky. But growing any business requires a lot of things, because this stock market or this financial market is a business of trust and integrity. And in 2001, I'll give you one instance. There was KP default, Ketan Parekh defaulted.
Yes.
And that was a big default.
Hello and welcome. Celebrating its momentous 120-year journey of nation building, PHDCCI is working with its members to align them with the government's vision of Amrit, Kaal and Viksit Bharat by 2047. I'm very happy to welcome Dr. D.K. Aggarwal, past president of PHDCCI and chairman and managing director of SNC Capital Market. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Aggarwal.
Thank you, Anisha, for having me here. Thank you.
So PHDCCI has, witnessed the birth of a nation and seen it grow and mature. And I'm sure it's very similar to your business. You have birthed the business, nurtured it, seen it grow as well, worked towards its growth. So talk to us about your entrepreneurial journey and what's it been like.
So I did my chartered accountancy in the year 1985, and we were practicing as a chartered accountant. And in 1990, we got an opportunity to apply for the membership of Delhi Stock Exchange. So that was the time that we thought that let us get into the financial market. And luckily, we got the membership of Delhi Stock Exchange. So that time we started with a 400 square feet office with 7-8 people with a very small capital. And I'm happy to say that today we are member of all Indian exchanges. We are investment banker. We are into wealth management business. We are SEBI registered portfolio manager. We are a corporate insurance broker. We are an MBFC with almost AUM of 1,300 crore. And we are into almost all the financial services, like we manage funds. We have an AIF out of India. We have an AIF out of GIFT City. And we are a very reputed research house. So we almost do everything except that we are not a bank. And today we have almost 4,500 employees working with us. And we have 2,500 offices across the country, and we have around 22 lakh investors who are dealing with us.
That's amazing. But Dr. Aggarwal, some people say when India got independence, the British were very, very confident what will happen of this nation of poor people, agriculture waste. But look at where we come. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would have also said, you got lucky because you started your business when India was opening up and it was all luck and you chanced upon it. Is it really chance or is it hard work, whether it's nation building or it's a company?
See, I'll say it is both. It is luck also, it is hard work also. So when we started, luckily in 1992, the India economy started opening up. So when Indian economy starts growing, automatically the economy sees a lot of upturn. And since stock market is barometer of economy, so automatically we saw very good period starting from there. So that way I'll say that we were lucky. But growing any business requires a lot of things, because this stock market or this financial market is a business of trust and integrity. And in 2001, I'll give you one instance. There was KP default, Ketan Parekh defaulted.
Yes.
And that was a big default. And as a company, SMC also lost heavily in that particular period.
Scam, yes.
Almost more than 100 crore the money we lost because we could not get the money from the Ketan Parekh brokers and from the exchange. So it was very simple and very, natural that since we did not get money from the brokers, So we could easily tell our clients that we did not get money and we will not pay. This is what everybody did in Kolkata. But it was only SMC which, in spite of not getting money from various Ketan Parikh brokers, we paid to everyone. That integrity, that honesty, and that trust of our clients, so our business growing up substantially. Because Kolkata had a lot of brokers, Kolkata Exchange. So they all became our sub-broker in National Stock Exchange. So our business started growing up like anything. I think that was the, I'll say, trigger point where our business started growing multiple times.
Yes, but it's all basis integrity. But could you recount for us at least some anecdotes from your childhood? Because, when India, even before it started opening up, life was not easy. Whether you started a business, whether you sought an education, it was an uphill task. And we were an underdeveloped economy. At a point we were suffering. So could you tell us, maybe we can take inspiration from your personal journey as well, because somehow even the country has mirrored the personal journeys of those successful people who are now leading our country, leading our businesses.
Yes, I was born in a village called Kanti. It is in Haryana, district Mahendragarh. And as you rightly said, India did not have that kind of infrastructure. So I had to travel almost 1 kilometer on foot to attend my school. And that school was there only up to 10th class. So after 10th, for 11th and further studies, I had to travel almost, you can say, 40 kilometers. I joined college in Narnaul. So I had to daily get up at 6 a.m. and reach the college by, first I used to go by cycle and then I used to catch a train. And that is how I used to go to the college. And later on, I went to Chandigarh for doing my graduation, and then I came to Delhi for doing my chartered accountancy. So I did my chartered accountancy in 1985, and of course after that, as I said,
Less is history.
there was no looking back.
Right. Dr. Aggarwal, you had the privilege to, steer this venerable institution at a time when there were a lot of uncertainties, unplanned for, no plan Bs. That's when COVID happened. What was it like when you were the president, COVID happened?
In fact, when COVID happened, a lot of people were saying that now what chamber would do, because chamber generally, we hold seminars, we invite people. So that time, like, you can't meet anybody.
किसी से मिल नहीं सकते.
There was lockdown, and then even if you have to meet ministers, they would not meet you. But we saw this as an opportunity because we are based out of Delhi, and we were one of the first chamber who took up the challenge that on the first day itself we started Zoom meeting, and we subscribed to the Zoom license. And I remember from that day, every day we used to hold 2 to 3 webinars every day, and there was attendance of almost 700 to 1,000 people on every webinar we had. And the ministry was like, every minister wanted to have interaction with our members, because industry was facing a lot of difficulties. The movement of goods was not happening, and people were facing a lot of difficulties. States were putting a lot of restrictions on the movement of trucks, movement of goods. So we, that was the time when industry needed the support of the chamber. So we rose up to the occasion, and we made sure, like the special secretary of Commerce Ministry, we took him on our this WhatsApp group, and he made sure, we requested him that whatever problem our members are facing, they'll put on WhatsApp, be it they are being charged very, a lot of logistics issues or dam race, or, at court there were a lot of charges being charged to them. So in one instance, immediately he used to waive off those charges. So we could waive off hundreds of crores of rupees of our members, which were charged because of dam race or because of other expenses. So that was the time when we really had the industry. And not only that, even the finance minister, because they were supposed to come out with a package to give the relief to the industry. So she interacted with me on a very regular basis. Almost every second day, third day, she used to call me, what we can do for the industry, what should be the package look like, which industry needs to be supported, what you expect from the industry to be done. And she used to tell me in the evening that at 10 she used to call me and morning she wanted my recommendations. So that time, I used to call all our industry, various chair or co-chair of our committees, took their input and made sure that all these inputs are given to her, so that those inputs get incorporated. And I'm very happy that she came out with a 21 lakh crore package, and a lot of contribution in that package was because of PhD chamber.
Yes, but nobody can forget the Nirmala candle that it happened when that package was announced. So, you spoke about having the webinars and having the constant interaction. You've enumerated the challenges and you've enumerated how the industry benefited from your efforts. But didn't the country also benefit? Because the government also would have told you, see, we have a hard time. We need this. This has to go. We need the mask. We need the PPEs. We need this. How did the industry, how did you galvanize the industry to be able to deliver in such a hard time?
Yeah. See, at that time, PM, PM wanted that industry should contribute. That is one thing, to the PM Care Fund. So we requested all our members to contribute very, voluntary contribution. And I'm very happy to say that we could mobilize 525 crore through PhD chamber. 525 crore got donated to the PM Care Fund. That is one. Secondly, as you rightly mentioned, that that was a time when chamber, it has to play a very positive role. So we played a role of a bridge between the government and the industry to download whatever government wants and to download whatever industry problems are being faced. So we acted as a bridge between the chamber, between the government and between the members of the chamber. So I think we played a very constructive role. And of course, when you help the industry, you help the government to make sure that the things work very smoothly, industry does not face any problem. And like even, we have two NGOs, two of our PhD Family Welfare Fund, Family Welfare Trust, and then PhD Rural Development Fund. So these are the two outlets of PhD Chamber of Commerce. So we distributed a lot of food packets. Okay. We made sure that medicines are medical van, they go out to the areas where the support is needed. So all these things were done by PhD Chamber of Commerce, and I'm very happy that I was the president at that time and I got that opportunity to work for the culture.
That's amazing. Dr. Aggarwal, PHDCCI's membership base is largely tilted towards smaller organizations, SMEs and MSMEs, and they were hit hard when COVID happened. How did you hold their hand and help them through these tough times? And, there are challenges, but what were the long-term lessons that were incorporated? Because, business is cycle up and there is a down. So in this down, how do these smaller companies survive, thrive, recuperate? What were the lessons learned that you have helped your members understand and imbibe?
See, PhD Chamber of Commerce is primarily, I'll say, is a chamber for MSME sector. And most of our members come from MSME sector. So during COVID time, I think that sector was the hardest hit. So they were the people like, there was a lot of financial issues. They were facing a lot of problem in paying loans. So in one way, we made sure that there is big relief by the finance minister in the package itself. So for real estate, like we got a 50,000 crore fund floated by the finance minister. Similarly, for MSME sector, we recommended that whatever there should be interest subvention, there should be more credit being given to MSME sector. But of course, as you rightly mentioned, that these periods of ups and downs will always keep on coming. So one lesson which we tell our MSME sector is that your dependence on loan should be minimum. Do not overexpend because you are getting easy loan. And of course, the loan is also not coming very easily to them, and that comes at a very high cost. So do not take loan at a higher rate of interest, because when you need it, you pay any interest, but subsequently to support, it is, it is very difficult to support that kind of interest rate. So we always tell that the debt equity ratio should be always, optimal. Yes. It should not be lopsided on debt side. So, and secondly, the lesson is that you should always be prepared for the hard time, because you never know when the hard time will come. So it is better that we always have some cushion in terms of our resources, in terms of our deployment of the funds.
And strategy also, to regroup, to rescale, to retrain at a time when the
Yes.
time is down. So, at the helm of this illustrious chamber, I guess you did demonstrate that you have to be competitive, you have to be cutthroat, but you also have to have a heart when it is required. So, being at the helm of this chamber, has it changed your perspective on doing your own business?
On doing?
Your own business, conducting your own business.
See, when you are at the top position and you know what are the problems being faced by the industry, so automatically you get a lot of insight, and these insights are very helpful for your own business. My perspective of dealing with my clients, dealing with various stakeholders changed a lot, because I saw a period of COVID and I understood what problems are being faced by the businesses. So you have to be more compassionate, you have to be more human. So all these things, are being taught when you actually deal with the problems of your fellow businessmen. So I think that really changed my perspective. And not only that, it changed my perspective, it is helping me in doing my own business in a better way.
That's amazing. And Dr. Aggarwal, you've spoken about so many of those incidences when you were at the helm, how the COVID crisis came. Nirmala ma'am said, "Mujhe ye kal subah tak chahiye, mere ko de dijiye." And that had to be done. That was a time of, the need of the hour. What were the most cherished memories that bring a smile on your face during your tenure as the president of PHDCCI? Anything that you can recall?
First, that people contributed very spontaneously and very generously.
They rose to the occasion.
525 crore is not a small amount. And it really brought smile on my face that during my time, I could do something for the country. And as I said, there are two outlets, the PhD Rural Development and PhD Family Welfare Fund. So the way they acted and the kind of job these two outlets did, this was commendable. So, and I tell you that not only this, even we have more than 50 committees. So that time when people were in trouble, I mean, this was very heartening to see that everybody was willing to help the industry.
But they had their own personal issues also. I'm sure they must have had health issues, family members, and yet they managed to do this.
See, that is the beauty, is that in spite of everything, they were all forthcoming. They were devoting their full time, making sure that industry problem is solved. Like a lot of people had a lot of issues at that time. But whenever I spoke to anybody, immediately, he was willing to help the industry.
I think that has a factor of leadership also. People don't just follow anybody, but they follow the right person. So now, PHDCCI has done 120 years and perhaps had hundreds of years ahead of it. What is your vision for the work that PHDCCI should do from here on in nation building?
First of all, I'll say that in last 4 or 5 years, the kind of work PhD Chamber has done is amazing. The visibility, the thought leadership which Chamber has led, the kind of policy advocacy which Chamber is doing, it is beyond imagination. I mean,
could you highlight some aspects? Which areas have you really been very proud?
Whether it is defining MSME, the turnover criteria, the investment in plant and machinery criteria, and solving all the problems of MSME, be it the funding, be it subvention. So whatever problems are being faced by the industry, the chamber is making sure that their problems are being highlighted, and we act as a right bridge between the government and the industry. And we also make sure that whatever good policies of the government are there, they are being downloaded in a proper way, communicated to our members, and people should, because a lot of policies are very, very good.
But nobody knows about it.
And people are not aware of those benefits, those incentives, those policies. So we have to download those policies to our industry members so that they can take advantage. And in a way, they are contributing to the development of the nation.
And you would like to see this good work continue.
And I'm sure that this good work is continued and will continue, because recently, we are increasing our star membership, and like everybody wants to be member of our chamber, and the kind of value add the chamber is making is
phenomenal,
tremendous.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aggarwal, for speaking with us. It's great to hear about your experiences and your vision for the years to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.